Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Anime What Ifs. So I know I haven't been recording for like a week. It's been my birthday week. Shout out to Kaito. I'm gonna probably link his the his YouTube channel in the description. He made a video for me for my birthday. Shout out to him. Um, Also, I have this series, right, that I'm gonna drop, and I already made a thumbnail for it, right? I just want to know if I should post it because it's basically what if I had Frost and Fusion's powers in the Marvel universe. You see, my homeboy asked me to make it, but I don't know if I should make it. But that's enough for announcements and stuff like that. I'm gonna make the screen bigger after I list off everything when I'm done. But as you can clearly see, this is what if Deku was trained by Batman and Deathstroke, and this will be somewhat a fusion of the MHJ universe and the DC universe. Now both of these versions will be Prime Earth Batman and Deathstroke. So yeah, well, I guess there's only Prime Earth Deathstroke, but yeah. So this video is actually going to start off when Deku is 13, as Deku is actually a orphan, as his parents were actually killed in a villain attack similar to Batman, and Deku's a bit of a thief, as he will be stealing in. Deku is really agile, since his parents, they were both acrobats and acrobatics, and yeah, as Deku would be stealing something, and he's 12 now, if I didn't already mention that. But Deku would be stealing something, as Deku he would be running, as he would get to his little cubby hole, as Deku he'll be eating the potato that he stole, and you'll be bitter, as Deku's thinking he don't have any powers. Yes, there's people with powers and there's people with quirks. All right, now the people with powers are known as mutants, and quirk people look down upon the mutants, even though that they're stronger. But that's basically how that's gonna go. But anyways, as the Deku says, Deku's basically main goal is to become a hero, or to join some sort of army to help stop evil, as we're gonna have Deku basically go down somewhat of a Slade path, as what I mean by that, well, you'll find out. But anyways, we will skip to Deku, as he he'll be running through the streets, bumping into other homeless people stealing stuff, as Deku will come across this guy in the tux, as he would try to pickpocket him, as the guy would as the guy would check his hands, as it would be a piece of paper saying "nice try, kid," as they would look around and the guy's not there, as he would turn back around and the guy's in front of him, as the guy said, "I'm sorry," as the guy was saying, "No problem, kid. What's your name?" As he's like, "My name's Izuku Midoriya," as the guy says, "Nice to meet you, kid. My name's Slade Wilson." Now I'm gonna kind of change up Slade's backstory. So basically, Slade, I don't know if Slade was an orphan or not in the original backstory, since I don't really read the comics. I go by what I hear in videos from like Needle House Productions and people like that. But basically, Slade was an orphan, and Deku's basically growing up the same way he did, as Slade's kid. Oh yeah, and Slade don't have the missing guy since his wife, I believe his wife shot him. S- Like I read like one comic and that's it. But Slade don't have the missing guy. He is in prime form, like prime shape. As Slade says, kid, you remind me of myself, kind of as Dick's like, I'm sorry for trying to steal from you. As Slade says, no problem, kid. As oh yeah, and this one Slade and Batman. Slade is an evil or some sort of mercenary or whatever. Slade and Batman are actually partners. So yeah, as Slade, he would say, "Hey kid, follow me." As Deku's a bit hesitating. He don't know if the guy wants to beat him up or hurt him or anything. As Deku would, Slade would say, "No need to worry, kid. I won't hurt you." As Deku says, uh, "Okay." As Deku follows Slade, as Slade takes him to a little place and gets something to eat. As Deku scarfs down the food that Slade get give them and drinks all the juice. As and Slade says, "Well, kid, calm down." As Deku's like, "I'm so sorry. I just been." As Slade says, "I'm just kidding, kid. Eat up." As Deku would eat and Slade would Deku and Slade would leave. As Slade would ask Deku what do he want to do in life. As Deku would say, um I want to be a hero or do something to protect the innocent. As Slade would say, "What's driving you to do this?" As Deku says, "Well, 3 years ago my parents were killed by villains." As Slade, oh my gosh, Slade says, "I'm sorry for your loss, kid." And if y'all don't know, Slade is basically Wade Wilson. Like, come on, man. Like, if y'all ain't get that earlier, like, come on, bro. They're basically the same person. If you like, come on. But anyways, as Slade would say, oh, so you don't have any family or nothing? I'm guessing. As Deku would say, I don't. Well, besides my aunt, but she thinks that it's my fault that my parents died. So as as he's like, wait, what do you mean? As Deku's like, well, we were supposed to be leaving a lot earlier, but I insisted that we go to other places and and they of course obeyed since I was like since I was pretty spoiled and I wouldn't give up and they would it got late and the quickest way was through alley the alley that I that you found me in and they were robbed and killed the guy left me as as Slade says, "Oh well, kid, I'm so sorry." As Dicky says, "No need to be." As Slade says, Well, kid, if you don't mind, you can stay with me." As Slade, it basically reminds him of both Bruce and himself, since Slade and Bruce were childhood hood friends. Bruce's parents were killed, and Slade was alone, homeless, basically. As Slade says, "Well, you can stay with me, kid." As Dick is like, Really? I can stay with you?" As Slade says, "Yeah, kid, you can." As Dick says, thank you very much, sir." As Slade says, "No problem, kid." As we will just skip to Deku arriving to Slade and Bruce's mansion, since They live together in different parts of the mansion. As Slade says, "Well, kid, this is your new house." As Slade would introduce Deku to all the different butlers and the maids. Lastly, Slade would meet Bruce as Bruce would say, "Huh." I mean, Deku would meet Bruce as Bruce would say, "Ha, Slade, who do we have here?" And Slade says, "Well, his name's Izuku Midoriya. I found him in that alleyway, a little pickpocket." As I I I forgot what Catwoman's name is in Gotham, so I'm not gonna mention her. But said as Batman says, reminds me of somebody. As Slade says, "Yeah." Mm, as Bruce will say, "Well, kid, nice to meet you. My name is Bruce Banner." Wait, was it Bruce Banner? Hold on. Let me see what Batman's name is. My dumb behind said Bruce Banner is Bruce Wayne. Oh my gosh, and I'm such a big Batman fan, but I just got lost in the what if that I forgot. But I'll say my name is Bruce Wayne, and it's good to meet you, kid. As Dicky says, "Hi, my name's Izuku Midoriya." As Bruce would say, nice to meet you, kid." As you know, I'd say for about the next few months, Deku will be getting used to living in a house again, I guess, and just getting used to Bruce and Wade's lifestyle well, one day it would be nighttime and Deku was sleeping as Bruce and Wade would make sure he was sleeping as he would as they'll say, "All right, let's go patrol now." As they'll get get dressed and they would both just have their helmets off. As we would skip to Deku a few minutes earlier as Deku, while they was getting dressed, woke up and went to the bathroom and went downstairs to get a glass of milk. Yes, I know. This is how every freaking movie goes where the kid finds out their parents is a superhero, but I couldn't think of anything else more creative. So as Deku would go downstairs to get a glass of milk and he will walk back upstairs as Bruce and Wade will be walking past his room in their Deathstroke and Batman costumes as Deku would see them dropping the glass of milk as Bruce and Wade would look as Bruce and Slade would look up as they'll say, "Kid, as the kid's like, Bruce is Batman, and Slade is Deathstroke. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I am living with Batman and Deathstroke." As Deku basically just passes out. As we would skip to 5 hours later, as Deku would be in his bed as Bruce and Slade would be sitting next to Deku. As Deku will wake up as Deku sees him as Deku says, "Yo guys, I just had the most weirdest dream. You guys, Bruce was freaking Batman, and Slade was Deathstroke." And Slade says, "Kid, we are." As Deku's like, "Really?" As Slade says, "Yeah, we are." As as Deku would say, "Wow, you guys are so cool." As Slade would say, "Thanks, kid. Now you know our secret uh, identity." As Deku says, "Please train me." As they're like, "Wait, what?" As Deku's like, "Well, I want to become a hero, or join the army or something, and at least I'll be trained by Batman and Deathstroke." As Deathstroke says, "Okay." As they would train Deku as Batman would teach Deku a few of the fighting styles that he learns, and I believe Batman um knows Muay Thai, Bojutsu, Karate, Kenpo, Kung Fu, Tai Chi, and a bunch of different stuff. Boxing, kickboxing. So basically, Deku would let me Google the martial arts that Batman knows. All right, I'm back. So it seems like he knows quite a few, but I'm not going to give Deku all of them. So basically, Deku is a master in parkour, Tai Chi, karate, Kenpo, Muay Thai, and um, I'm going to say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and a few other fighting styles like kickboxing and boxing. As you know, Deku would also be trained by Wade. Now I know Batman is a Mac is a master marksman, but come on. Now Wade would increase on Deku's acrobatics and his d- deception and teach him how to read the battlefield and basically giving Deku somewhat of a tactical analysis type skill. He would, he would teach him how to hunt and interrogation and intimidation skills. And he would also teach him some martial arts, martial arts. And he is able to fight with Batman, Bronze Tiger, well, and a few other people really. Um, he would teach him everything that he knows, basically kenjutsu, how to use a sword, basically how to use firearms and teach him how to use the different gadgets that he has. Uh, ooh, yo, I'm just reading through his freaking suits, bro. That seems cool. But anyways, as he would teach him how to throw knives and do basic body training as well as I say by the time Deku is 16. Now we're gonna make Deku more like Wade. In this case, we skip to when Deku is 16, and Deku is trying to join the army. Yeah, y'all know what I'm finna do here. But anyways, as Deku's trying to join the army, and the age limit to join the army is of course 19. So Deku pulls a slate and fakes his age, but I don't know how that worked. Like, I don't know if they gave him a fake ID, but anyways, as Deku would join the army, and in the army he would be a soldier, and he would be a marine, of course, like my uncle. He's a ex marine, so I mean, like, I don't know like everything Pacific, but I know he was in the marine, so you know shout out to my uncle. This is for him, but anyways, as Deku would join the Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps, the Deku would be be assigned to his bunker after, I believe it's like a 12-week training. I don't know, no, but Deku would go through that little 12-week training thing, passing, joining the army, and Deku would actually be going there for about the next 4 years. Wait, I'm not getting my phone on. Let me count. So for the next 2 years, as Deku is now 18, 18, as they seen Deku's skills on the battlefield, and they would say maybe he's the one. As over the years, they have created a more advanced version of the super soldier serum, as they would call in Deku to their lab, as they would tell Deku that he is the number one choice to get the soldier serum, man. Now there's a lot less bodies, but as they would say, why me? As they say, well, your skill and you period, your aura, it screams you're the chosen, as Dickie says. And why should I volunteer for this? As as they say, if this goes well, you'll be basically a weapon. You'll be able to stop anybody, stop any villain, any hero, whatever you want, kid. As Deku would think about it, still remembering his goal, as he would say, "Fine, I'll take it." As they would say, "Good, kid." As they would put Deku inside of the tube and hook him up to a bunch of needles, as and Deku would come out I say about 5 months later, as basically, if you want to know the skills that it gave him, basically he has enhanced brain activity. He also has accelerated healing, decelerated aging. I'm not going to give him the resurrection, but he is uh, immune to poisons and anything toxic. He also has enhanced senses, enhanced hearing, enhanced smell, enhanced vision, superhuman agility, durability, reflexes, and speed. He has superhuman stamina, superhuman strength, and superhuman leaping, I guess. He also has the ability to change the length of his hair and eye color and fingerprints. I don't think that that's anything too important, but oh yeah, Deku is also multilingual since that Deathstroke he knew how to speak Greek, Mandarin, and French. So yeah. Also, Deku, has the ability to basically I don't know how to put this it's pretty strange. But basically Deku, okay, yeah. Deku's ability basically, if somebody hits him, he'll be able to basically absorb the attack. Now, if you know Deathstroke's armor, it can absorb kinetic energy, but Deku's own is a bit weak, like so small attacks. Like he can stop a bullet, but if he gets punched by a freaking normal, his arm is gonna break. You feel me? But anyways, as yeah, those are pretty much it. Besides minor differences here and there. Yeah. So let me make this big screen now so y'all can get a better view. Anyways, as they would basically send Deku out there as Deku would be taking on one man covert missions, as he would be taking out a lot of villain organizations, and Deku he would pretty much kind of be like a better version of Slade, basically. As Deku he would what was I finna say? Dang it. Oh yeah, the Deku, by the age of 19, he would quit the army and he would go back to Slade and Bruce. As Slade and Bruce is pretty old now, if you cannot tell. But anyways, as Deku pretty much told him everything, how he got this super soldier serum stuff and all the things that he can do and everything. As Slade says, huh? Same like me, kid. I got an injection super soldier serum, but there was a lot of bodies behind mines. As Deku says, oh, wow. As Slave will say, well, kid, um, we got some roots, and we know, you want to become a hero, but you got to do it the official way. Unlike us, we started off as vigilantes and kind of got in some trouble. But we ended up joining forces with some heroes. He joined forces with the Justice League, and I joined forces with some low lives. But we, take on some partner missions here and now, and that's how we're not in jail, kid. But we would like to put you inside of UA college, and so you can, become a hero like your dream, kid. As Dickie says, really? And Slade says, yeah. And also, we kind of made a suit for you, kid. And as Dickie's like, wait, what? Can I see it? As Slade says, sure. As they would basically pull out a suit. Now, Dickie's suit, alright, it's basically a fusion of Deathstroke suit and Batman suit. Okay? Now, everything that this suit can do, basically everything. Okay? Like, it's basically like a mixture of Iron Man, Batman, Deathstroke, and everybody. Um, so yeah. Now let me tell you what this suit can do. The suit basically has like Jarvis, I guess you can say, and I believe the suit's made of. I forgot. It's like promethium, I believe. I believe that's what it's made out of. Promethium. Yeah, and but basically it can absorb kinetic energy and deflect kinetic energy. Speed force absorption, dimension travel, time travel, and it's bulletproof. It can also shoot out the spikes. Energy absorption, energy projection. Basically, anything that hits him will be just projected back or absorbed. Like I said, he can shoot spikes and they're bulletproof, fireproof. They have things for Deku to hold his swords and his guns, things to hold his little batarangs, and the eyes have scanners, and the eyes also can tell you like names. And I'm gonna give him Friday, yeah, Friday, and he has Friday pretty much as like he says, wow, this this is so cool. So how where is this UA place? They say, well, in Japan. As Dick is like, wait, Japan? I haven't been been there since I was like 5. And if they're like, wait, what? I was born in Japan. And they're like, oh, so you're Japanese? Yeah, half Japanese, half American. American, but I look more American than I do Japanese, though. And they're like, oh, okay. Now, Deku, my guy has blue eyes, right? And ginger, blackish looking hair. Okay? And that's basically how he looks. Because he got his father's hair and his mother's eyes. Yeah, I'm basically just changing up Inko, and that's how she looks. But anyways, as Deku, he would have to leave Gotham City, America, as he would say goodbye, and he would travel as he will have his suit and some weapons as he'll be traveling, privately. As he would arrive to the mansion that Batman, had waiting for him, as Deku will walk in saying, this is nice. As he would unpack, putting his guns into this little safe and his swords. swords and all of his weapons, also putting up his suit as Deku, would then wait for the time for him to, enter UA. Now, he basically got it through recommendations by both um Deathstroke and Batman. So pretty much everybody at all the teachers there know that this kid must be strong if he got a recommendations by America's number one heroes. So yeah, as we're just gonna skip like 6 months later. Deku, walking to UA as he's walking around trying to get some in instructions as my guy's freaking hot. Alright. My dude got a freaking eight pack blue eyes and ginger looking hair. Like a few girls is staring at him with lust and some guys too. Some people just swing that way, you feel me? Anyways, as Deku would get instructions to UA as he would say thank you. As he would see the door as my guy Deku is like 6 foot two. No, 6 foot, yeah. And this door is like 10 feet. As the thing is like, is this classroom meant for giants? Yeesh. I'm pretty sure Bane could fit through there easily. As Deku will open the doors and walk through as Isaiah would say, perfect. Our student from America. Come in, sit down. As Deku says, sorry that I'm late. I couldn't get around as he walks to the back and sits down next to the window as I says, well, I was just explaining how we are going to be having a quirk assessment test. So Aizawa is a lot less, of a and more cool and chill. But anyways, as Deku would catch his suit and he would stand up with the other guys, after introducing himself as um Deku, and everybody else will walk to the locker rooms as Deku, would be changing as Kirishima says, dude, how do you have that bod, bro? Deku says, well, I trained with Batman and Deathstroke, so I guess I would have a bod like this, huh? And they're like, what? You trained with Batman and Deathstroke? Yeah, and I'm also an ex-Marine. As they're like, wait, you was in the military? You're so young, though. As they're like, yeah, I got it when I was 16, kind of lying about my age. as as Kirishima says, dude, so freaking manly, bro. As Deku says, it. As he would finish getting dressed and he would walk out. Uh, Mineta don't try to peep through the hole. Well, as he just looking at Deku in amazement, jealousy, just a whole bunch of stuff is going through Mineta's head. As Deku would, will walk out. As Aizawa would say, alright, so basically I have these tests and the person that comes last place would fail. And I'm gonna add a sparring match, okay? Just because I want to embarrass somebody. Now Bakugo, his cockiness and headness is through the roof. Alright. Like as Bakugo says, I bet that pretty boy from America won't even get a 10% score on this thing. As Bakugo says, what a loser. As Aizawa says, alright, first up, person with the highest score on the entrance exam, Kosuke Bakugo. Go up first. First, you're gonna throw it without your quirk, then you're gonna throw it with your quirk. As he says, right, as Bakugo throws it without his quirk, and he gets about 40 meters as he throws it with his quirk. I believe he got like 1,000 meters in cannon. I don't know. As Isao says, huh, that was pretty good. All right, next up, kid from America. As he says, Izuku. As he's like, yes, Izuku. Wait, that sounds like a Japanese name. Are you Japanese? As he's like, yes, I'm half Japanese, half American. As Aizawa says, huh, okay. Well, continue. As Deku, he will walk up as they says, see, well, I don't think I could throw this without my quirk, since I don't really have a quirk, but I'm kind of, different. As I was says, what? As Deku says, well, I have a super soldier serum. Well, as I was says, so you're a super soldier. Deku's like, yeah. So I basically cannot, deactivate it. As I was says, that's fine. Just throw the ball. Deku says, all right. As Deku throws it, and there's a bit of wind blowing, and I say Deku gets about 10,756 meters. As Bakugo says, no way that nerd got higher than me. I mean, no way that pretty boy got higher than me. And, as I says, well, he did. Anyways, next, sideways jumps. As, Bakugo would go, then Deku. Deku pretty much breaks the machine. The grip strength, Deku breaks it. The jumping, Deku breaks it. The race, Deku is there in like 5 seconds. Pretty much everything Deku passes first place. Well, of course, except for the the ball throws and Rurakugai in Infinity. And basically, I'm just gonna skip to the sparring. As first up, we have Bakugo versus Deku. As Bakugo says, "You nerd, you just been getting by for pure luck. Now I'm gonna show you who's the real king of this school." As Bakugo charges towards Deku, as Aizawa didn't even call start, as he says start. As Bakugo's finna throw an explosion, as Deku just tanks it as Deku got a hole in his hand, as it just starts to regenerate as Bakugo says regeneration quirk. Huh, how stupid. As he charges towards Deku and starts throwing some explosions, kind of getting into a explosive hand-to-hand combat. Anyways, as Deku, he would you'll be getting the upper hand in hand-to-hand combat, as I was just impressed on how quickly he can switch his stance and how many different forms he knows, and just his pure skill level. As as Deku says, all right, I had enough fun. As Deku basically is out of sight, and that's another skill that Deku got from the super soldier serum, as it has some chameleon blood in it. But anyways, as Deku can only go invisible for I'd say about 15 seconds. So yeah, as Deku would go invisible and come up behind Bakugo, chopping him in the neck, as you would start to see his skin start to slowly show again, as like wait, he can go invisible too. How many skills does this man have? Super strength, regeneration, invisibility. As Deku says, oh, I have a lot more. So much that you'll be scared. And they're like, we're already scared of you now. See, as that's pretty much the end of that day. As Deku would go home, as he would call Bruce and um Slade, telling him how his day went. As sorry, I just checked the timer, but as we would just skip to the next day. As I'd say it's pretty much the beginning of the day. Deku just got into class. They've been in class for about 30 minutes. As Aizawa says, well, your second teacher should be arriving in a few seconds now. As that's when All Might burst through the door saying, "I am here in an awkward position." As as Deku he will say, so that's Japan's number one hero. I wonder if he can beat Bruce in a fight. As says, I am here in an awkward position. As the students would say, All Might, what are you doing here? As All Might would say, well, isn't it obvious? I'm your second teacher. As All Might would say, well, put on your gear and we're gonna meet at Training Ground Alpha uh, in 30 minutes. As everybody would grab this suitcase and Deku would grab this luggage. Everybody would be like, dang, what is this hero suit? A freaking spaceship? Yeesh. As everybody would be complimenting everybody else on their hero suits. As Deku will walk out with his as everybody's like, dude, your suit looks so cool, but why is it like that? As Dick is like, well, I was trained by Deathstroke and Batman, so wanted to have some resemblance to my masters. And they're like, that looks sick. What can your suit do? It looks teched out. They can pretty much go through everything in his suit, and his swords and everything else. I don't know if I want to give Deku the God Killer sword. No, I'm not. And they're all like, wow, your suit is so cool. And Bakugo just says, nerd. That's the best thing about him. And everybody just looks at him like, ain't you just get beat by a nerd yesterday? Like, come on. As Bakugo says, as we're just gonna get into sorry. I'm so sorry. The rounds as um it would be Deku and mm, should I Deku and Mina versus I know Mina is not the ship if you're wondering. No, it would be Deku and Mina versus Bakugo and Ida. As straight at the gate, soon as they set everything up and Deku enters on the second floor, Bakugo just charges towards Deku as Deku just takes out his gun with a tranquilizer dart and shoots Bakugo in the neck, knocking him out basically. As Deku would start to survey up as he's basically doing it pretty much like a military dude with his gun out, checking corners, making sure Ida's not there, kicking down doors, checking the room. As everybody's like, dang, he really was in the military. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm always impressed with this kid as he's thinking maybe he can be the next successor to One for All. Now, if you're wondering, will Deku get One for All? No, no, too overpowered. I'm just gonna give it to Kirishima. No, Mirio. Yeah, as Deku, come up as Deku say, I found you, Ida. As Ida will say, where's Bakugo? As Deku says, he's not here anymore. As you can see, he's knocked out. As Deku says, step away from the bomb and I won't shoot you. And Ida says, I would never. As he starts to run towards Deku, as Deku just shoots him, knocking him out with a tranquilizer dart. As Deku would touch the bomb. As it says Hero Team wins, and I'm pretty much gonna leave this video off here. I really hope you guys liked it. Please like this video and share. And for me to drop the next part, I want 10 views on this video. And yeah, that's it. Peace.